Question number 1. Great auks were flightless birds, but they were amazing swimmers. So, how deep do you think they could dive to catch their fishy dinners? Was it a shallow 25 feet, a respectable 100 feet, or an incredible, almost unbelievable 300 feet? Pause the video, lock in your answer, and let's see who gets it right. Alright, pencils down. If you guessed 300 feet, you are correct. Scientists believe they could dive to these astounding depths, making them the deep-sea divers of the bird world. How cool is that? Now, you might be thinking, hey, why are you showing me all these pictures of wolves? This is a video about birds. Well, my friend, that's part of the fun. Consider it a little brain teaser to keep you on your toes while we learn about our feathered friends. Think of them as our fluffy, four-legged mascots for today's challenge. Let's move on to question number 2. The great auk had a very distinctive feature besides its size. What was the most noticeable thing about its beak? Was it the bright banana yellow color? Was it the massive curved shape like a parrot's? Or was it the series of white grooves that appeared during the breeding season? Pause here, think about it, and drop your answer. Time's up. The correct answer is the white grooves. During the breeding season, their large black beaks would develop these striking white lines, making them look extra dapper for potential mates. After the season, the grooves would shed. Imagine changing your face bling every year. It's also why you see different illustrations of them. It's not bad art, it's just their seasonal look. And yes, here's another wolf. This one looks very wise, doesn't he? Probably knows all the answers. Okay, on to question 3. And this one is about family. Great auks were monogamous and laid only 1 egg per year. But where did they choose to build their nests and raise their single precious chick? Was it high up in the treetops, deep in cozy burrows they dug themselves, or right out in the open on bare, rocky islands? Pause and give me your best guess. And the answer is right out in the open. They didn't build nests at all. The female would lay her single pear-shaped egg directly on the bare rock of a coastal island. This unique shape was a clever evolutionary trick. If the egg was disturbed, it would spin in a circle rather than rolling off a cliff. Nature is pretty smart, huh? Let's help our wolf friends here appreciate that kind of clever design. They seem to be judging our answers. Let's power through to question 4. We know the gray orca is extinct, which is incredibly sad. But in what year was the very last confirmed pair of great auks killed, marking the official end of their species? Was it 1744, 1844, or 1944? This is a tough one. Pause the video and take a guess. If you said 1844, you've nailed it. On June 3rd, 1844, the last 2 known grey auks, a breeding pair, were killed on the island of LD, off the coast of Iceland. Their last egg was also tragically crushed. It's a somber moment in history, a stark reminder of the impact humans can have. And these wolves, they look sad about it too. Or maybe they're just hungry. Let's lighten the mood. Halfway there. Question 5. The great auk was often called the original penguin. Why was that? Was it because they were related to penguins? because they lived in Antarctica, or because the word penguin was first used to describe them before it was used for the birds we know today, this is a real brain twister. Pause and think it through. Okay, let's reveal the secret. The answer is C. The word penguin, possibly from Welsh words meaning whitehead, was originally the name for the great auk. When explorers later sailed to the southern hemisphere and saw similar-looking, flightless black and white birds, they called them penguins too. So, the great auk was the OG penguin. Mind blown. I thought so. Our Wolfpack is impressed. They're giving you a slow clap. Alright, question 6 is a numbers game. The great auk was the largest member of its family, the auks. How tall do you think this impressive bird stood? Was it about 1.5 feet tall? Like a modern razorbill? A respectable 2.5 feet tall? Or a towering 3.5 feet tall? Picture it, pause, and type your answer. And the winner is ... 2.5 feet, standing around 30 to 34 inches tall. They were chunky, formidable birds. Imagine seeing a flock of them on a rocky shore. It would have been an incredible sight. Big enough to look this wolf right in the eye. Well, maybe not quite, but you get the idea. This wolf seems to be challenging you to the next question. Let's get to it. Question 7. The demand for great auk parts drove them to extinction. Which part of the auk was the most valuable and sought after, leading to their widespread hunting? Was it their meat for food, their oily fat for fuel, or their soft feathers for stuffing pillows and mattresses? Pause. Consider the options. And let me know what you think. The answer, sadly, is all of the above. But the primary driver was their feathers. Down feathers were in extremely high demand for luxury bedding. Hunters would round up the flightless birds by the thousand. It was a classic story of overexploitation for a commercial product. It's a tough lesson, but an important one. These wolves are now contemplating the follies of humankind. Deep thoughts with wolves. 3 questions left. Here's number 8. The scientific name for the great auk is Penguinus impenis. It's a cool name, but what does the impenis part actually mean? Does it mean important feather without wings, or penguin-like? This one requires a little bit of Latin knowledge or just a really good guess. Pause and try it. Let's see who our Latin scholars are. Impenis means without wings. It's a bit of a misnomer. As they did have wings, they just were tiny and not used for flying. Instead, they used them as powerful flippers to fly through the water. So they were underwater aviators. This wolf is giving a nod of approval. He respects a good, strong swimmer. All right, question 9. We've established they couldn't fly. So, what was the great auk's only major natural predator besides humans? Was it the polar bear, the orca, also known as the killer whale, or the great white shark? Think about their habitat called North Atlantic waters. Pause and lock it in. The answer is the polar bear. While orcas might have snatched one occasionally, the polar bear was their main non-human threat, especially when the birds were on land or on ice floes. It was a classic Arctic Credoro-prey relationship, a fair fight, unlike what came later. You know, these wolves are starting to grow on me. They had a certain dramatic flair, don't you think? Okay, here we are. The final question. Question 10. There's a lot of talk about de-extinction these days. Scientists have DNA from great auk specimens. If they were to try and bring the great orca back, Which living bird is its closest relative and would be the most likely candidate to act as a surrogate? Is it the puffin, the murre, or the razorbill? Pause for the final time and make your guess. And the grand finale answer is ... the razorbill. Genetically, the razorbill is the great auk's closest living cousin. They share a common ancestor and have similar lifestyles, though razorbills can fly. So, if the extinction were ever possible, the razorbill egg would be the one scientists would try to edit. What a wild thought. That's it! 10 questions, 10 mind-blowing secrets. How did you do? Let me know your score in the comments below. Did the wolves help or distract you? Either way, I hope you had fun and learned something new about the incredible, unforgettable great auk. Thanks so much for playing along. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.